T-minus 1 minute. We had to rush home, and I got some awesome haunt finds today. So I got my ice cream, we got our coffee, the baby's over here, Lori Lee's over here. It's about ready to start. Are we ready? Woo! Raise your glass of ice cream, and here we go. Alright guys, it is now time for the Vlogging Dead. It's actually 2 days later, so Troy's going to try and remember, and she's got a good memory, so I'll like feed off of her and stuff.
I was just telling him I have such a good memory, I scored perfectly on the Ultimate Fan Quiz on an AMC site. And you remember the name of the road that they passed by in the truck.
Do you guys remember the name of the road? Post it down in the comments. Alright, I want to start out by saying, because this episode was brought to you in part by Hyundai, which is really funny because I got to thinking about it. It's like, wait a second, what happened to their Hyundai? It was mint green, right? It was, well, not green, it is green. So post it down in the comments, what happened to that car?
Rick was driving it the day that he took Carol out, and then he locked the door that so she couldn't get back in.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brought it back to the prison. And the next day is when the tank came and blew everything up.
Do you guys remember seeing it get blown up then? Anyway, okay, so this episode starts with...
they were eating breakfast at the table.
Right. And Rick wants to go, but he's obviously, you know, he was like passed out the other day, unconscious,
said,
so
go get some rest.
He's not going.
He went up on the bed and lay down and went to sleep while they went out scouting.
Michonne and Carl kind of do a little bit more bonding.
Yeah,
like 20 questions or whatever. So we find out a little bit more about Michonne, which is cool. We don't...
Her 3-year-old, she told, Carl was the first person she told about her son, who was 3. His name was Andre Anthony. And,
see, she's got the good memory.
He was the first person that she told. And he was like, I'll keep you secret. And she's like, it's not a secret. And it was just really sad about that. It was I think it was the 3rd house they scouted, about the pink room. I don't know if you guys remember the pink room. You know, it was
I took notes because there's something weird about that. It was like a shrine. It was like a catacomb, a tomb.
Well, if you notice, when they were sitting in the hallway, she was admiring all the art on the wall, which was obviously painted by one of the kids or the mother. And the painting that Carl picked up and gave to her was one that was not quite finished yet, and then covered in blood.
Right.
But then wrapped up.
Right.
And I think that obviously was done by the person who shot all 4 of them and then was sitting in the chair who blew their head off. The one who was sitting in the corner who had the gun.
Okay. See, I didn't get that.
I did.
But, I mean, that painting was put, it was at the end of the hall, at the door. But did you notice the layout of the rooms? That really, really disturbs me for some reason, because this is the layout of the rooms. Michonne went through the door to the bathroom. The bathroom to the boys' room, and the boys' room to the girls' room. And there's no other door in that girls' room. That was just a freaky layout to me. I've never seen a house like that. I mean, you would think, especially with the hallway being right there, that there'd be another door. And I don't know if that's relevant or anything, but it just didn't set well with me. But it was good that Michonne didn't let Carl see that room, because that kid's seen enough.
He's seen enough.
My God.
It was a dead dog, she said.
Yeah. And I think that Carl knew. I think that he knew that there was something in there.
Yeah, because he got upset about Judith. You know, I thought it was funny when she found the crazy cheese, and she was just like... and he was like, I'm laughing inside.
Oh, yeah. I'm laughing on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, he said something about it on his Instagram. I follow Chandler Riggs on Instagram. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's grown up a lot in the last couple of years, too. So anyway, okay, back to everything. Rick is being a wuss, hiding out underneath the bed, kind of, and
Being a wuss? I would have done the same thing. Those people were. I mean,
oh, dude saw him though. Did you see that? The guy that fell on the floor, the one that was not killed.
He wasn't killed. The guy did a sleeper
unconscious.
hold.
Yeah, he saw
the other
Rick.
guy wanted to sleep in the bed, so he did a sleeper hold on him and made him pass out on the floor. But he saw Rick before he passed out. Now that guy didn't die, and neither did the guy in the bed. So Rick, after hiding out when they were getting their stuff together and they went downstairs, he went into the bathroom where dude was sitting on the toilet, and he strangled him with the machine gun wrap. he strangled him, and he left him dead on the floor, and he left the door ajar, so when he became a walker, he would come out and get the guys. And then he went out the window.
I think the walkers are becoming walkers like a lot sooner than, a lot quicker than they used to be. I'm not sure if that's.
But the point
put into the
is,
story or not.
that guy who was laying on the floor, he's going to remember that Rick was under the bed, and then he's going to tell the other guys, which the guy who was sitting on the porch when Rick went outside, and he was, going to try to warn Michonne and Carl.
He was about ready to shoot him.
He was about ready to shoot him. But that guy also plays on that other badass show. I can't think of the name of it. But he's
not the best memory.
He's an evil character in
just about everything
every movie and every show he does. He's an evil character.
Okay. But bringing it back, the guy is going to be able to ID Rick. So remember that is going to be relevant in the future.
They're going to go after him for vengeance.
All right. Abraham and his posse.
Abraham, I think he's just a little high-strung. Rosita, I don't know, she just seems to follow him around like a puppy dog. But Eugene, mullet guy, freaks me out. And
really?
I think
we didn't see a whole lot of him really. Well, except that he couldn't handle his weapon.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, yeah.
He couldn't handle.
But he says, he's smart and he knows what caused it and he can find a cure for everybody. But I don't know. I think he's kind of saying that just to get protection from Abraham and Rosita.
Well, yeah, I don't know what kind of protection. I mean,
because I'm sorry, but I've never seen a scientist with a mullet.
Okay, so. I haven't told you guys this, but I was thinking it in my head. It's like, okay, we're killing off a lot of actors here. We need to keep some, and I hate saying this, but I kind of don't hate saying this. We need to keep some eye candy, not just for the girls, because the girls have what? You've got Rick and you've got Daryl, so they've got their eye candy. But us guys needed something too, and then they bring Rosita in. It's like that was a little bit too much. It's a zombie apocalypse, and she's wearing these short shorts and this half top, and appreciated. Yes, a little too much. Yeah, I think so. I don't know, because if you think also it's the zombie apocalypse, so everybody's not showering every day, so everybody's like, ooh, smelly.
I think
we don't have smell-o-vision yet.
I think Rick and Daryl are hot, but I think Glenn's hotter.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do you agree with Glenn's decision on Steadfast going back and trying to find his wife?
I'd go back to find you.
Oh. Well.
If I'm going to be happy in this world where the apocalypse is now, I'd want to be happy in it knowing that I left my love behind.
I think that there would always be that question, because especially in this apocalyptic society, you don't know how long you actually have. You really don't. You're fighting for survival, but and I think that this kind of resonates with the whole laughing with Michonne and Carl, because she got Carl to laugh, and there hasn't been a whole lot of laughing. So wouldn't you want to spend this whatever time you have with at least some glimmer of hope, some glimmer of happiness? They're happy together and they need to find each other. So yeah, I can agree with them going back.
Yeah, and now Glenn is gonna become the leader of the pack because of that little rat pack, because everybody's like, well, he's on a mission, and everybody's like, well, he's the good guy, so they're gonna follow him. I think. I want to just get to Terminus already, because I want to
find the next governor.
No, I want to see how Carol handles, and when she finally spills that Lizzie was the one that killed Karen and David back at the jail. Not her. Lizzie is the one who killed them, and she covered up for Lizzie. Because if you remember, if you read the comics, you follow the comics, Carol, in the comics, Carol adopts 2 boys. And the older boy is crazy and psycho and kills all the animals and all that stuff.
Are you gonna give us possible spoiler?
No, in the comics, the older brother kills the younger brother. Now, if you remember in the jail when Tyrese and they all went down, they were looking find out what was going on. And they saw the rat all gutted apart and stuck to the wall like that. Lizzie did that, and in the comics, the older brother kills the younger brother, and they think that. A lot of people are talking about Lizzie's going to kill her younger sister, and she was getting close there, killing Judith.
Yeah.
So thank God Carol showed up, or she would have killed Judith. But I think that in the end, Carol's going to end up killing Lizzie, because she's just already gone whacked.
Yeah.
And then she's going to finally tell everybody the truth. That's what I think.
Michonne and Carl and Rick are headed to Terminus. And who preceded them?
It was Carol and Tyrese and the Free Girls.
Okay, yeah. So they're also on their way. So at least this group should be getting joined back up, and you just know that, that the main characters have to eventually find each other again in order for this to work. I think
Maggie and Sasha and Bob, I think, were on their way too, because after they left the bus, after they killed all the walkers on the bus, they were on their way to something, and they were on the same exact path everybody else was.
Yeah.
So I think they're on their way there too.
Exciting stuff is happening
for Terminus.
Oh, and Norman Reedus, I hear, is going to be on the Talking Dead next week. Is that right?
Yeah, Norman and somebody else, and Norman. Because if you watch The Talking Dead, they show little spoilers and they show information about the episode. And when Rick jumped off the roof, this past Sunday's episode, he really does his own stunts. And he said he
not all of them, a lot of them.
Well, that's what he said. He does most of his stunts, and he was jumping off the roof. And the hardest part he had with jumping off the roof was because Norman Reedus was down below mooning him.
Yeah.
And so Norman took that screenshot of The Talking Dead and he posted it on his Instagram and Twitter, and it blew up. I think he's got like 100,000 likes on it already.
Nice.
And it's so funny because he was like, and then he just put "ha" as the comment because he mooned him as he was trying to jump off the roof. I'm like, dude, you're gonna break his leg.
All right, guys.
I just thought it was funny.
Happy hunting and happy walking.
Happy talking.
Yeah.
Happy vlogging.
Yeah. Put them all together, and you've got the vlogging, talking, Walking Dead. Ha! And I missed the camera again. All right, guys. See you next week. Yes.
This is Vincent M. Ward, a.k.a. Oscar from The Walking Dead. Yo, happy haunting.